Hi, let's talk about Mexican culture for a little bit. Okay, the most recent experience I have had is about Paris. So let's talk about Paris today. Well, I don't know how is it in other parts of the world, but here in Mexico, everything could be a purpose for a party, a celebration. We have many parties, like there is something really special that is called convivio. That is like a party, but it's a party that can happen everywhere there is a group of people. But let's talk about it later. No, it's better to talk about it now. There are Everything can be a purpose for a party, a, a cue to make a party, like the usual ones that are birthdays, holidays, but also there are graduation parties, mm, religious parties, and every party is different. There are like reunions also that are not parties, but we really like to hang out. And it is funny, like um, in some, everybody can be there, even kids or old or old people, young people only. There are some non-writing rules that you have to know before going to a party of this. If you are going to a birthday party or organizing a birthday party, or you get to be invited to one, you have to be prepared because not many people is on time. On time can be from a range of hours, but it's usually from, if they tell you that the party will start at 3, prob- probably some people is going to arrive at 6, and you can arrive at 3, but if you arrive at 3 and there is not enough people, you can help to finish all that is left. So if you want to help, you can go early. You can arrive a little at not a little early, but at the time. And that's because a party is not just about anybody going to to eat and speak just a little, catch up. It's because if you go to a party, for sure you're gonna be like 5 hours. And it's really strange that someone says that is going only to eat. It's really rare for a friend or for a person that is important to you. In some cases, if the person didn't really have the time, can mean that the people took the time to go even if she or he hadn't time. But if you have time and you stay just for a little bit of time, it's kind of mean, it's kind of rude, because a party takes a lot of time to plan, because as I was saying, it's not just about giving people to eat just a normal meal. Most of the time the parties are in the person's house, so they start maybe if the party is in the afternoon, like 3, they start buying all the stuff, like 3 to 1 day ago, and they had the plan, they made the invitations, so everybody can go. They plan the menu and so on and so on, like you probably do in your countries. Is it like that in your country? Well, but we have to make sure that everybody is in the mindset of having a party that lasts at least 3 hours from the arrival of the guests to the end. Some can be a lot more, depending on how, on what kind of party it is. For example, if a small party with 15 to 20 people maybe can last that 3 hours, but big party, it can last days. For example, 3 days. Or I'm not sure if more, if they can be more, if if there can be more days. But for sure, something really common is that the in this kind of parties that are big parties, there is the day of the party, and then the day after that day, there is something called recalentado. That is all the food that was not eaten the day before is given to the closest, people of the family of the, um, person who had the party, and it's like a small party. Then after a big party, there can be probably a small party the next day. And we really like parties because that's the only moment that in which we can sometimes see each other, or people that we took the time to stay. We go sometimes out of our way to go to that party, and so we want to enjoy it because it's not really common. It is in fact really common that we are at parties, but it's not common that we are at parties with the same people. There can be a party like every month, or maybe even mm, every 2 months. But there, the parties are really common, or the reunions, the meetings. We can even organize a meeting. Um, we can join to it every day if we feel in that mood. And probably the best part of every party is the food because you get to eat food for free most of the time. You just have to give a gift, or even you can't give a gift and that really doesn't matter if it is a big party. So if so, there is not really a pressure, but if you can give one, it's better to give one. But people really evaluate more that you go to the party. And if you don't have the money, you can go because they want more your presence than your gifts. There is a little more of pressure if you go to a small party because, well, you have to carry something to eat, something to help the organizer. Because parties are are expensive, and you usually don't go alone. You go with your family, for example, three more people, four. And so, how is a Mexican party? Okay, a Mexican party, even if it is small or large, consists first the arrival of the guests, regularly the tables, and in each table where a family or groups of friends will sit down, you have to put some some snacks that are not really expensive, like peanuts, mm, salty peanuts, maybe quesillo. That is a type of cheese really popular in many places actually. Um, it is not like the round cheese. It is more like if you could make chewing gum into cheese and you really can eat it. That's that's quesillo. Okay, or uh, chopped 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 sausage, chopped sausage, fruit, popcorn, something that your guest can eat in the meanwhile when they are waiting. And as I said before, Like some people arrive when you tell them to arrive at 3, they arrive at 4, 6. And so the food, if there is not enough people, it can be served. Or maybe like there is something like there are many things to prepare. The people having the party are delayed or something like that. Well, that's the function of these little snacks. So if you arrive, you can eat or you can talk with people is that is already at the party, and the, they they give you drinks like beer, beer at at 10 of at 10 in the morning, beer, soda. Then they begin to serve the food. It must be said that that this is not sophis- sophisticated party. It's more like family a family meeting, but with food and party and music. A lot of times, the music that is sounding are cumbias or banda music genres that are actually made that I think are actually made for people to start to dance or don't feel bored or to drink. Banda music always remind me of beer, of pain and suffering, about love or something like that. That's why that's why everybody ends up drunk. Then the cumbia music is for people to dance. Actually, I didn't like it when I was a kid, but as you grow up, you start to don't don't say like it because you don't know if you like it or not, but you begin to appreciate that music. It gives you a feeling of home, of party, of everybody having fun, of your relatives dancing, that a feeling that everything is okay at that party, that they are calm, that they are having fun, and that's the most important. I actually don't like to dance, but I like it when I hear it in at Paris because of that reason. I can feel like nostalgia. I remember about the past when I was with many relatives and so on. And 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 many people enjoy it also because they like to dance, and that's the chance that they have to show everybody they can dance. They can dance, and they look really they look like they really enjoy dancing. It is kind of a pressure to learn to dance, but if you refuse, someday they will stop. Everybody dance with her partner, the with the aunts, with the uncles. Actually, dancing in marriage is a really touching moment. At dancings, at dancings, like in the quinceañera or 15 old, years old, everybody's watching, and there is a special moment for people to share the. I'm getting sad, really sad. There is a special moment in which they can share with their beloved people. Like I was saying, in the quinceañera, there is something called vals, and then they dance with their fathers, with their mothers, with their aunts, with their uncles, with their cousins, and everybody that is like a special person for them. And while that there is really like it's not epic but sad, a little sad. How to say it? Bass music, and it's so special because in top of that everybody is seeing how the two people that are in the center of the room are talking and are saying like that they are really happy or giving advice, and it's really touching. Sometimes there are occasions in which someone had already passed away, and they still mention the name of the person, and that's really sad. But it's really special too. Also in the weddings, like it's the same scene, the two people dancing in front of everybody, people is people, especially marriage people, close to the fiance, or the close to the husband or the wife, he is giving advice about what will happen, how to have a good relationship. And it's not just the talking of the relative to their part of the family, but to the other part, that are the priceless moments you get to see in that you get to see in a party, in a wedding or something, or every kind of party that you go. There will be many feelings. Parties are made to join people that rarely meet and spend a good time. Everybody is going with the idea of having a good time. Everybody take a shower, dresses up as best as they can. Everybody tries to look handsome or pretty. We use the outfit that we want to. You're really welcome to go to any party that you are invited. It's really it's a really good experience, unless you know that, well, that's the beginning and the developing. After, I will talk about the time closer to the end and the end of the parties. Not all about the parties is perfect and funny. Yes, it is kind of funny just when it begins. Because after the party that everybody enjoy it, begins the party that everybody is doing no sense. As regularly there are alcohol offered limitless. The only limit is the limit that other people puts on you after they see you can drink more. Mm, well, it is when all the mm, friendly atmosphere ends, and there can be fights, arguments, even hurt people. And this is the only moment where all the truth comes out, and you start to know the chisme, the gossip of the family. You can hear something about something, some secret of anyone at the party, and even of the relatives or people that is not in the party. If you want to know the deepest secrets of anyone or any family, this is the moment. This is also the moment in which you get to see what happened everybody after drinking so much alcohol, and some start to fall down. the Even the old ladies sometimes get hurt because they lose their balance, and all the drunken men start to sleep. Some others start to become violent. It is common that when someone is really drunk, her wife or someone wants to take them home, and they don't want, so it begins all these problems or these fights. And some are really big in size, and there is there is the problem to carry mm, 100 100 kilograms man drunk, a drunk 100 kilograms man, and it is also drunk, so drunk that it starts to punch and stuff like that. Others start to throw up. I regularly don't get to see this a lot because I go home early and I don't drink. So, and after that, the like there is not really a lot of people. The party starts to end, and maybe four or five are there until 4 a.m., 5 a.m. Even if they will work the other day, the next day. And yes, they are calmed. They are the ones like who know their limits, and they talk a lot and make jokes and only drink and only drink. Maybe eat or maybe take care of the other people. They are like in charge. Maybe they sing or do something or talk. For what else would you do at that hour? And that's all about Paris. As I said before, maybe the other day people will be attending to eat the rest of the food that was not eaten at the party, because usually food here in Mexico isn't thrown away. Maybe the one that was eaten was half eaten, like the leftovers. Yes, yes, we throw it away, but food that was not that has not saliva in there, you can still eat it even if it was all night outside the fridge. The cake, the meals, yes, we heat it at that recalentado. But I like that we don't throw away food. Many people just give it away to their family, or they eat it during the coming days. And so at the reheated in a small group, we get to talk about what happened and who was really drunk, who did this, who did that. And it's interesting. It is a moment of joy, and we all chill a little. Maybe we, not maybe, regularly we also help to clean something, or something like that after eating clearly. This is just if you have the time to do it. Many people do their parties on weekend, so everybody can attend, or most of the people can attend. And then on Saturday, mm, they can go to the reheating of the food. Well, I think that's all. Thanks, thanks for listening, and bye.